Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening, I'm Shirley Feng.
And I'm Torcia Velthuizen, and you're watching MediaPlex News Now.
Windsor has landed yet another major sports event. City officials made the pitch to host the 2022 KM Police Fire Games and confirmed the contract today. The 6-day games are expected to bring hundreds of competitors and their families to the city.
'Tis the season to be thankful. The hashtag 12 Days of Christmas is in full swing, trending on Twitter thanks to fire departments across Ontario. This social media campaign features 12 vital fire safety tips to keep your families and friends home safe. Check out the hashtag for a new tip each day.
In provincial news, legislation gave Toronto's government a monopoly on recreational marijuana sales in the province passed earlier today. The bill creates an agency that will distribute and retail posts through storefronts and online. Marijuana is said to be legal by next July.
Right here at home, check out the holiday splendor at Willisted Manor during tours on Sundays in December. Don Gray stopped by to get us the details.
Crowds of people filled the hallways of Willisted Manor on Sunday to see the massive mansion decked out in holiday trim. The annual holiday tours take place every year at the Willisted Manor, and the public always takes advantage. During the tour, pieces of history are on display alongside the holiday decor. Jacqueline Cabaldi is a volunteer with the Friends of Willisted, and she says the number of people coming to the manor during the holiday times has grown from previous years.
We've had last week between 400 and 500 people, but I can tell you today it has been like just crazy. The crowds have been coming in. It's great to see. Everybody's out, everybody's seeing the manor, everybody's loving it.
Along with the holiday sparkle, the manor is also filled with nostalgia. The solid wood floors and detailed crown molding bring back memories for some, like Tracy Scott Mueller and her mother, Mary Ann Scott Newell, who toured the manor on Sunday.
I love the architecture in every room, and the windows are just stunning. Yeah.
While some appreciate the nostalgia, others admire the historical tangibility.
It's good, keep the history alive. I think that we don't keep history alive enough for our children.
The 36-room mansion sits on the 15-acre Willisted Park and was built in 1906. People have one more chance to check out the holiday tours this coming Sunday from noon till 5 p.m. Reporting from MediaPlex News Now, I'm Don Gray.
From the Picture Quail Riverfront Trail to the Gannatcho Trail on the eastern end, Windsor is a wonderland for leisure cycling. Community to work on a bicycle, however, is a different type of adventure. Bernard Defoe reports.
The City of Windsor has secured $1.7 million in funding for the city's disjointed cycling network. The city has launched several initiatives for cyclists, such as the Windsor Police Bicycle Registry, bicycle maintenance stations, and the bike and bus transport facilities. Current census data, however, shows that only 1.1% of Windsorites commute to work on bicycles. Bike Windsor Essex surveyed almost 1,000 residents on what they thought cycle commuter dollars should be spent on.
We have a lot of disjointed, unconnected cycling infrastructure that residents speak about frequently in complaining about how difficult it is to get around this city on a bicycle.
Cyclists who commute to work reckon where the funding should go is clear-cut.
Because I rode through the Dougal Death Trap section for many years and it was never a fun or enjoyable experience, I'd definitely like to see something done.
Solving this dangerous 1-kilometer stretch of commuter path, along with other similar bicycle infrastructure problems, are subject to several factors, including funding.
We have a high range of projects that we can spread the money over, but obviously we have much more need than we have funding right now.
Bike Windsor Essex created an interactive map showing existing and proposed cycling infrastructure. On the map, existing multi-use paths are marked in green and city street commuting routes in red. In pink are the connections proposed by the community, indicating a need for uninterrupted gateways. The programs proposed by the city, indicated in black, show scattered developments across the city.
So the existing roads are only so wide, so you have to deal with the existing parking considerations and a lot of times it doesn't leave room with the parked cars for proper cycling facilities.
The infrastructure most wanted is likely not possible right now.
These, however, are very large projects that require environmental assessments and would probably not be appropriate for this sort of funding.
In whichever way the 1.7 million is spent, we will be making headway towards a vision of integrated transport.
It will help us connect our communities, it will connect our neighborhoods in some strategic, meaningful places.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Bernard de Vol.
Shoebox stuffing campaigns are common during the holidays, and Shirley had Reverend Robert Clifford in the studio to talk about a different kind of shoebox.
Hi, Mr. Clifford. Please tell us, how does the project work?
Yes, the project that we're doing is a shoebox campaign, like other charities run, that we're asking folks to fill shoeboxes or similar size boxes with gifts to be sent to remote First Nations reserves in Northern Ontario.
What is the thought behind the project?
The thought behind it, or the goal that we have, is to promote education in remote reserves, and as well to promote the idea of reconciliation between First Nations people and the rest of Canada.
What's the reason for you to begin the project?
Well, the Anglican Church has as a goal for itself the promotion of reconciliation. We were involved historically in the Indian residential schools, which ran for 100 years up until 1996, and did, well, to say the least, a bad job of education. And so this is a project that seeks to promote quality education in remote reserves.
So if somebody wants to package a shoebox, what should he put in?
Sure. So think of high-quality gifts that would be hard under normal circumstances to get into a remote reserve. So things that promote education or creativity, so small instruments, art supplies, paints or pastels or pencils or pencil crayons, that sort of thing. And also think of including a note with your good wishes. Do avoid candy and avoid items that are sort of temporary items that you would find at the dollar store. So good quality items that don't normally make it up there.
Here's a look at our forecast for the week. Think we are gonna enough shoe? There is more on the way, with 5 to 10 centimeters expected tomorrow. It remains cold for the rest of the week, and the temperature only hits about 0 again starting Sunday. Peter Campbell with Environment Canada say we can't predict what the weather will look like for the rest of the season.
We really only focus on the next week or 2 weeks, because beyond a couple of weeks, the prediction skill goes down markedly.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody puts out their their seasonal forecast, but the quality really just isn't that great. So I prefer to stick to the next week and sometimes up to 2 weeks. And for the winter area, obviously, so for the Windsor area, obviously for the next day or so we have snow.
CC's Christmas gift show brightened the Windsor area on Saturday. Martran has the story.
Christmas season is coming, and the Christmas gift show is a good choice for everyone to find something for the holiday season. The first annual CC's Christmas gift show was held at the Windsor WFCU Center last Saturday. Handmade cookies, Christmas trees, winter sheets, gift stockings. There were over 100 vendors set up. There were small local business as well to add to the Christmas atmosphere. Event organizer Chelsea Carr thinks the local small business makes the gift show even more exciting and valuable for everyone.
Get the word out that you can support local small businesses. It's really important to support your local community, and then the money goes back into the local community. Also, handmade artists work really hard at what they do. So it's really nice to get the word out and to help them see that their works are appreciated.
Although the first snowfall was last weekend, the weather didn't stop people's enthusiasm for the Christmas gift show. Elizabeth Flades braved the snow to get something from the show.
I wanted to look for some Christmas gifts, and I like the idea that things are local here and homemade and just some unique ideas for gifts. Puts me in the Christmas spirit and gives me a chance to get some unique type of gifts. Couple little things that I wouldn't buy at a store. I couldn't get at a store.
CC's event Christmas show has no charge for vendors or participate. They collected donation for the dog rescue and transport to let people share their love during the holiday season. For MediaPlex News, I'm Mark Shen.
On today's segment of 3 Minutes with, MD speaks to Jacqueline Menage about an art exhibition.
Hi, this is MD. Today my guest is Jacqueline Menage, Contemporary Art Curator at the Art Gallery of Windsor. Welcome, Jacqueline, to our studio for 3 Minutes With. So you run so many programs.
Yes.
So can you tell me about the triennial show?
Yeah, so the triennial exhibition is one of 4 exhibitions that we have on view this fall and early winter. And it is an exhibition that has 22 artists in it. The theme of the exhibition is downtowns. And what I'm really excited, one of the things that I'm really excited about in this exhibition is that half of the artists presented are local to Windsor. So it really is speaking to the emerging contemporary community of artists that we have working in Windsor and southwestern Ontario.
So can you tell me about the upcoming programs you have?
Absolutely. So our winter exhibitions, we will be opening 3 new exhibitions in February. One is a retrospective of Arthur Schilling's work from the last decade of his life, 1976 to 1988, so work from that period. We have an exhibition of works by Leah Modigliani, and she is a political activist artist based in Philadelphia, and so she will be presenting this work that was originally shown. It's an exhibition that was organized by the Confederation Center for the Arts in Prince Edward Island, and will be coming here. And then the third exhibition is Hind versus Hind, and Hamilton artist David Hind is intervening into our collection of his great uncle's work, William Hind. So a really diverse body of work that will be speaking to themes of art and activism overall.
That's great. And do you have any plan for the international art events?
International arts events? We do have an exhibition right now that's traveling internationally at the Arab American National Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. It's Wafa Bilal's work that was originally presented at the Art Gallery of Windsor in 2016, curated by the former curator of contemporary art, Shamori Mitra. And this exhibition reflects our first ever tour or organized exhibition in-house at the Art Gallery of Windsor to tour across the border in the U.S. So it's a big moment for us.
Thank you. And what are the feelings do you have for the art practice in Windsor?
I'm really excited about this particular region. I'm new to this region. I'm originally from Ottawa. I moved here a year and a half ago. And I'm ashamed to say I did not know anything about the art community in this region. But due to rising housing costs in Toronto, a lot of artists have had to move south along the 401. So we are witnessing what is a renaissance within southwestern Ontario contemporary art, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Okay, that's great. And can you tell me about the impact of the Art Gallery of Windsor for the community development?
I think our impact certainly is growing. We are doing some really groundbreaking work and research with regards to cultural diversity. We've recently launched an Alzheimer's program where we are partnering with the Alzheimer's Association of Windsor Essex. So we really are trying to learn how the arts can be used for pedagogical reasons, but also to the impact across various demographics, age, class, culture, race, so forth.
Awesome. And thank you so much. That is it for the 3 Minutes with Jacqueline Menage.
Rallies were held around the world in protest of U.S. President Donald Trump's declaration of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Miriam Frog reports on the protests that take place in Windsor.
Windsorites say hands off Jerusalem at a rally against an attempt to declare Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. A large crowd gathered on Saturday afternoon, and rallies are being held around the world in protest of Donald Trump's declaration of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. One person at the Windsor rally walked around wearing a Donald Trump mask, holding a sign that read, "Shame on me, I am just an agent of Russia and Israel." Organizers laid out white poster boards with markers, inviting people at the rally to create their own signs. Musa Hamadani, a fourth-year University of Windsor student, is one of the organizers of this event.
And that's why we're here today. Not only is it a kind of hypocritical move on behalf of the United States that is supposedly the preacher of international law, it is also in violation of the international law and UN resolutions and so on and so forth. So we're standing against that and fundamental human rights.
Margaret Villamazar, a member of Windsor Peace Association, attended the rally with her family.
Well, as soon as I heard that there was going to be an action here, because there's actions all over the world, as an activist against war, as a supporter of the people's right to be free of occupation and to fight for it, I had to be here.
Families and people of all ages were at the rally that featured a range of pro-Palestinian speakers. Ryan Al-Jarusha, a 13-year-old boy of a Palestinian descent, said he has hope for the future.
I came here so I say that the opposite, that Quds or Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine, and I'm from Palestine, so...
The rally lasted for 2 hours in front of City Hall. For MediaPlex News, I'm Mariam Farag.
Here at the MediaPlex, our sport talk team bring you the latest in local, national and international sports. Let's head over to Kyle Rose and Katie Rusan with the latest score.
Thank you very much. I'm Cody Rusan.
And I'm Kyle Rose. Welcome to your Plex Sports Update.
Well, Kyle, I understand that lately you've been following up a lot with basketball, the Windsor Express, Detroit Pistons. You're following close. You understand what's going on. How about you tell the viewers at home just what's going on between the two?
Well, that's right. So we'll kick it off, as you said, with some basketball action. The Detroit Pistons take on the visiting Denver Nuggets tonight at the Little Caesars Arena. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Now, the Pistons look to bounce back after suffering a close loss a couple nights ago against the booming Boston Celtics squad, 91-81. It looks to be a close game tonight, as the Nuggets are currently 5th in the Western Conference and the Pistons rank 7th in the East. The Nuggets will be missing all-star power forward Paul Millsap, who remains out for the rest of the season. Now, moving on to the Windsor Express. The Express are looking to build on some momentum as they take on the St. John Edge this Friday at the WFCU Center. Now, the tip-off for that game is, again, 7 p.m. The Express look to make a 2-game win streak this Friday after they defeated the defending champions London Lightning last Saturday with an impressive victory of 108-91. Now, Maurice Jones had a game-high 28 points, and Shaquille Keith chipped in with 17.
Well, that sounds all great. Now, the Pistons, I understand, coming off a loss to the Celtics. I remember a couple weeks back, they beat the Celtics. Not only did they beat the Celtics, but they pretty much dominated throughout the entire game. Right now, what's going on with the Pistons?
Honestly, it's nothing that the Pistons are doing. I just think the rest of the teams in the Eastern Conference are catching up. They're finding their stride. They're getting their groove. And the Pistons just need to step up. As you said before, they played well. They were 3rd in the East. Now they've dropped to 7th. And it's just the other two teams building momentum. That's all it really is. But enough about basketball. Talk to us about some baseball action.
Well, baseball, we got the winter meetings right now, and those are always exciting because trades, signing speculations, this and that. But the biggest thing coming out right now, and probably the biggest thing that will happen all offseason, unless Harper is to move, would be Stanton to the Yankees. Now, did I see Stanton going anywhere else? No, I didn't see that happening. I thought Stanton was going to the Yankees the whole way through because the Yankees like their hitting, they like their power hitters, and Stanton's coming off a year where he was the National League MVP. Plus, now he's going to be joining a very young and a very talented Aaron Judge, who just won the AL Rookie of the Year. Now, this team on paper is looking really dangerous. A few teams have tried this experiment in the past, bringing a big hitter to combine with another big hitter, and then they just end up it ends up being a competition, and it doesn't work out. But I'm thinking this might work out for him.
Definitely. Well, big moves in MLB baseball, and as we look forward, we'll keep a close eye on the Yankees. But Cody. Unfortunately, we are out of time. So on behalf of Cody and myself, ladies, back to you.
One organization is combining two relaxing activities in an unusual way. Amy Bao reports.
You don't see this every day, yoga mats on the floor of a bar, but it's the perfect pairing of beer yoga. Since February, several bars have hosted the monthly beer yoga event in Windsor. This past Tuesday, it was at the Spitfire pub. Alison Donaldson has come several times.
This event is super fun. It's a lot more relaxed. I do a lot of other yoga classes, but this one's really fun and different, and you get to drink, so that's a little something unique, right?
The event organizer is Tony Bronner from the Blue Pin Social Events. She's teaching the class.
So beer yoga has become very popular all around the world in places like Germany during Oktoberfest, other places like London, England, and even Toronto, Ontario. And Blue Pin Social Events really likes to bring events to Windsor and Essex County that aren't being available or not being done elsewhere. So we started doing these in February, and we had a lot of people asking us to do it. So we wanted to make sure that we did this.
For more fun things to do in Windsor, check out Blue Pin Social Events on Facebook. For MediaPlex News, I am Amy Bao.
Torcia took in the colorful scene at Bright Nights Windsor as the power was turned on Friday evening. Let's take a look.
3, 2, 1.
And just like that, the switch had been turned on to Bright Lights Windsor. The inaugural Festival of Lights kicked off with a Christmas tree lighting ceremony on Friday at Jackson Park. Although the original event budget of $3 million was scaled down by half, Mayor Drew Dilkins was very excited about what he was seeing.
There's so many people here enjoying the festival, and it's more than just the lights. It's also horse and carriage rides. It's hot chocolate. It's vendors. It's really something for the whole family, and it's free. So come on out and try it.
Thousands of people like Jenna LeBoeuf stood shoulder to shoulder in sub-zero temperatures to attend the opening ceremony, but they weren't fazed.
The lights are amazing, love all the colors, and they put on a really good show, and I loved it.
3-year-old Lise Trepanier was so excited, she almost couldn't put it into words.
Did you see that big horse in the sea?
She also got to chat with Santa about what she wants for Christmas.
I want Jungle Book at home.
You want Santa to bring you Jungle Book at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Grandma's house.
Jordan Adahir was entranced with the spectacle.
It's big. I like it. I like all the decorations, and people did their hard work just to do this, so shout out to the people who did this.
Bright Lights Windsor is open daily to the public from 6:30 p.m. till 10 p.m. and runs until January 7th, 2018. For MediaPlex News, I'm Todd Sheeran.
There's no shortage of things to do this holiday season. Laurie Harrison gives us our weekend plans in this community calendar segment.
This being the last weekend before Santa's big arrival, there are a few activities taking place on Saturday that will allow the kids one more chance to tell Santa what's on their Christmas wish list. From 8:30 to 9:30 a.m., Average Joe's Sports Bar will be holding a sensory-sensitive breakfast with Santa, allowing children with special needs the opportunity to interact with Santa in a comfortable, more private manner. Immediately following, Breakfast with Santa will continue until 11:30 a.m., allowing all children the opportunity to visit with Santa. Average Joe's is asking that you contact them in advance to reserve your spot. Donations are welcome, and you're encouraged to bring your cameras. Central Park Athletics will be holding their free skate with Santa on Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. Bring the family out for this fun-filled afternoon skating along with jolly old St. Nick. Hot drinks and snacks will be available, everyone is welcome, and canned good donations for the downtown mission are encouraged. Sunday, check out what the Fantastic Fathers will be cooking up at the Real Canadian Superstore on Walker Road. From 12:30 till 2 p.m., moms and dads are invited to bring their children for an afternoon of making elaborate gingerbread houses. Spots are limited, with 50% of the cost being covered by the Fantastic Fathers community group, making the cost only $10 per participant. Be sure to call the store ahead of time to reserve your spot. That's it for me with your community calendar. Be sure to have a fun-filled, jolly weekend. Back to you, ladies.
The Windsor Yacht Club was busy thanks to Windsor Women in Business. Kathleen Kenning reports.
Hundreds of
Women from all over came together to advertise their business services and handmade products, and local residents came to help show support and buy Christmas presents. Multiple products available included makeup, apparel, handmade jewelry and medicines, stocking stuffers, and stockings with a variety of different snacks.
There's even something here for your whole family, including plant-based products from Healthy Mama.
Natalie Hartley, who is the founder of Windsor Women in Business and the owner of Rolled Rose and Boutique, says this event helps to promote women's businesses.
So I founded Windsor Women in Business this past February as a way to bring female entrepreneurs together, to work together, to help each other grow our businesses.
Along with promoting businesses, cash donations are being accepted for Windsor Hiatus House. Laura Weavers, the food and beverage manager at the Windsor Yacht Club and a member of the association, says they have multiple events every year.
We like to support local business, especially with what's coming up in the new year. We're going to see a lot of smaller businesses struggling with a lot of the new things that are coming down the line with wages and things. So I like to promote that, and so here in the Windsor Yacht Club we do use all local businesses, and I do refer local businesses. So I do invite anybody in the Windsor-Essex County area to always try to shop locally and promote and support all your small businesses.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Caitlin Kenny.
Thousands of presents were wrapped today to be a Santa to a Senior campaign. Reporter Angelica Haggert tells us more.
Hundreds of presents sit unwrapped in the basement of assisted living southwestern Ontario. This week, volunteers will gather to package donated items into gift bags, labeled with a Be a Santa to a Senior tag. These gifts will be delivered to seniors throughout Windsor-Essex.
These are the type of people that don't necessarily get Christmas presents for Christmas. They may not have any family that are nearby, or they may not have any family, or they're just really have been in a nursing home or in a program for so long that they just don't get Christmas presents. So it's really, really nice for them to be able to get a present, and to see their face when they get their present on Christmas or just before Christmas is amazing.
Home Instead organizes the campaign each year, collecting and delivering 1,000 gifts to those in need.
You don't realize when you're in a nursing home where brand name Kleenex how important that is, or socks and underwear and things like that when these people don't have anything. So a lot of them are very simple things like that, like house coats and coats.
Upstairs at Assisted Living, day program participants package socks, hats, mitts, and crossword puzzle books purchased with cash donations into gift baskets. These baskets will also be delivered to seniors in the community.
So it's a twofold process, because not only are we giving a gift to somebody who wouldn't necessarily get a Christmas gift, but we're also giving the consumers in our day club program something meaningful to do.
Gifts are donated by Windsorites who selected a tag from one of the Be a Santa to a Senior trees around Windsor. After they are wrapped by volunteers, the Windsor Jeep Club has donated its services to get the gifts delivered before Christmas. For MediaPlex News, I'm Angelica Haggert.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Torcia Velthuizen.
And I'm Shirley Feng. You are watching MediaPlex News Now.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.